Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our coverage of the Big Bash through Cricket 19. Of course, we're playing as the Melbourne Stars in the BBL. This is a round 4 clash between the Sixers and the Melbourne Stars. Here at the SCG, the Stars won the toss, and Glenn Maxwell decided he was going to have a bat first. His side was going to have a bat first after getting home with a thrilling last ball victory a couple of games ago before a nice, solid win. I don't know who they beat the last game. Maybe it was the Perth Scorchers, but the spot on top is on the line. If you can win with enough net run rate, you'll match the Renegades, who have 3 wins on top there. So today, that's what both sides will be looking for. Ben Dunk going to be facing up first in this one, as it is Jackson Bird to open the bowling for the Sydney Sixers. Let's go. Your leading edge to begin. And Dunk's going to scurry through for one. Stoiner's good call there. And I wonder how much impact the running between wickets is going to have today. Gee, that's a good ball. Turned a little bit, straightened enough. Steve O'Keefe in during the power play, and he has got a wicket. It's Marcus Stoinis. So the Stars lose their first. They're 1 for 9. And once again, it is a failed sort of first partnership for the Melbourne Stars. They put on a few singles there, and their current run rate just three runs per over for the first 3 overs. So Madison and Dunk going to really need to lift their game here. Obviously, they've still got Maxwell and Hanscom to come. They're going to be big critical pillars of this innings as well. But let's focus on the guys who are in at the moment. Madison hits that one over the top. That'll be 4. And they need to salvage something from this power play, because while they haven't lost too many wickets, although here they've lost another one. Little edge from Madison. Puts them 2 down. That's Curran who gets that wicket. Little outside edge. They're going to need to salvage some runs from this power play. The 26 they have so far, not enough. See that one carrying through, and Jack Edwards over there with a one-handed catch. Madison goes for 8. Maxwell out to the middle. Now a bit of a task for Maxwell and Dunk. Couple of balls left in the power play. At the moment, just 27 runs. Although I'm not too sure what they managed in the power play. Probably around about that mark. But the run rate's still underneath 5 through the first 8 overs. And both Maxwell and Dunk unable to get any fluency in their game. That's a boundary for Maxwell over mid-wicket. You see Ben Dunk at the other end. 22 from 24. There's a little inside edge from Maxwell. Through to the keeper. Maxwell's out. Abbott gets the wicket. And now the Sixers are in a strong position. Might have been a bottom edge from Maxwell onto his shirt, and it's come up off the rib cage. Maxwell goes for 12. The Stars 3 for 48. Hanscom now in, and there's a massive top edge and a bit of luck early on for Peter Hanscom. So Stars bring up their 50 inside the 9 overs. Oh, run out chance. Geez, a big dive there. We'll see them think about a second. They decide against it, and you've seen that run rate now bumped up to 5.3. Hanscom hits that one in the gap. It's going to be 4. But the Stars would probably be looking for a 130 score, you'd think, at this point. Current run rate still underneath a run a ball. Oh, good shot there from Hanscom. They'll take the single. He'll retain strike. And what he's done since coming in has been a little bit handier for the Stars. He's 14 from 8 now. And he's been the one that's looked lively at the crease. Dunk looks like he's going to need to be the anchor that they can build the innings around. And Hanscom's going to try and really accelerate the runs here. Now even Dunk getting in on the act. That's 4. Or is it? No, it's not. It's 1. Thought it was going to go all the way to the boundary. You hit it over the top. This time goes fine. Does Dunk, and it might go all the way to the boundary. This time it does. So you just feel the Stars, they're building towards one big over that's going to be critical to how this innings plays out. Hanscom goes over the top for 4 again. I think the Stars now, they've got that run rate above a run a ball. Dunk hits this one over the top. That's 4 again. 3 for 94 after 15. They finally beat the 6 runs per over mark. And this is close. It's a big shout. And that looks out. Yep. Zingbale's lit up before the bat was in the crease. It's Ben Dunk who's gone for 39. His innings was pretty good, but was that about a run of ball? Hanscom, the one who's accelerated. Seb Gotch coming to the crease and immediately getting himself a boundary as well. Just the 5 from this over so far. Make that 9. So the Stars, they're looking for a little bit of something late in the game, and Seb Gotch has provided a 6. So now they'd probably think if they can get 10 and over from here, the Stars can see themselves getting 130. Oh, this could be another run out. It's very tight. Ross puts the finger up and he gives it. So Seb Gotch goes. Hilton Cartwright out to the middle. And he finds himself hitting a boundary pretty early on as well. Another big 6 for the Stars as they pass the 120 mark. Still with a couple of overs to come. Gives himself room this time. Cartwright goes over the top on the offside. Doesn't beat the fielder at deep cover. They thought about 2, settle for 1. 5 for 122 with 2 overs to spare. What's a target the Stars will be looking for? Thought about the 2 again, but Cartwright very slow from the turn. And a big top edge from Hanscom to finish the 19th over. The Stars 5 for 131. Could still salvage a 140 out of this with a big last over. Tries to go over the top. Cartwright is out. Wicket falls early in the last over. It's Sean Abbott bowling it. And Hilton Cartwright goes for 14 from 8. It's still a little handy knock. Now Hanscom tries to go over the top and he finds the gap. That's 4. Coultonal at the other end. Obviously they did cross. Gives himself room again. This time goes over again. 4 more runs. That's 139 the score now. This time a short ball pulls it away. Doesn't find the gap, but they're going to think about the 2. Almost a suicidal run out, but they've gone to the wrong end, and Coultonal's got home. This time again from Hanscom. Does he find the gap? He does. And he'll bring up a 50 with 1 ball to come. 53 from 33. 40 runs coming from boundaries. 10 fours in there. Again, gives himself room. Doesn't get anything on it. A wicket falls, but a big score in the end from where they were, I guess, for the Stars. 6 for 145. And it's ended up being a pretty reasonable score, I guess, from the position they were in, where they really struggled to get that run rate over 6 and over for a long time. I think it wasn't until the 15th over they really evened up the run-to-ball ratio. They finished 7 down, actually. Not 6 down at 145. Obviously, Hanscom's 53. Lots of boundaries in there. 10 fours. Of course, didn't quite hit a 6, but there was a few 6s in there from, I think, Seb Gotch and Hilton Cartwright. Coultonal walks off, the lone man left standing. So the Stars innings was pretty much down to just 2 men there in the end. It was Ben Dunk who got them off, I won't say to a flyer because he didn't score that quickly, but he was there for a long enough period of time that him and Hanscom were able to establish a partnership. It's Dalstain to open the bowling for the Stars. There's Felipe getting that away, but no run. Oh, little inside edge from Daniel Hughes. He's a boundary. Of course, Dalstain, leading wicket taker in the competition. Is he the leading wicket taker in the competition? I'm not too sure about that one. I'll have to have a look at that. This one, tucked through the covers. Punch through the covers for 4. 9 from the opening over. Now it's Coultonal into bowl. That one making its way all the way to the fence again. Big shouts from Coultonal. Umpire not really interested. Yes, Dalstain has 9 wickets to his name. Is the leading wicket taker in the competition. Ethan Coultonal has only about 3, I think. And he's gonna review this one, Maxwell. They were pretty confident with this shout. It did look close at first glance. The umpire said not out. Impact is given as in line, and the wicket's going on to hit. So this is going to be overturned. Looks completely plumb when you look at it from the ball tracker. Josh Felipe goes for 5. Coultonal gets the first breakthrough for the Melbourne Stars, and they finally get that first wicket as the Sixers continue to push on with their scoring. That's another 4. And this was something the Stars were unable to do in their power play, was score runs. They managed, I think, 30 runs in their 6 overs. Their first 6 overs. You can see the Sixers already going to manage that in just 3.1. They're already up to 29, and it's been off the back of Daniel Hughes' good hitting. He's now 25 from 9 as this one sails to the boundary again. So he's now going to be the big key wicket for the Stars if they can get him, James Vince, at the other end, yet to score from 7 deliveries, although this one he gets away for a couple. Finally gets himself off the mark. Hughes continuing to go powerfully over the top of the offside. 4 again. And the run rate of the Sixers is very good. This one, a little inside edge, and it does go to the rope. So a little bit more luck falling the way of the Sixers. And again through mid-wicket. It's just going to be a dot. So end of 5 overs. Look at that. 1 for 45. This one in the air. Is there a man getting to it? He'll get there, but it'll just be not a catch. Is there a run out? It might be. Vince came back for the second. It was really tight. Oh, gee, we're going to have to look at this again. This is very, very close. When do the Zing Bales light up? Oh, I reckon he's just in. Is the bat grounded, though? No, says the third umpire. Vince goes for 3. And the Sixers, 2 for 46 now. Obviously, Daniel Hughes continuing to fire. He's up there in the run scorers for the Big Bash as well. He's got 120 runs prior to this game. So put him up to about the 170 mark as he hits another 4. Close to bringing up a 50-run stand for himself here. And with that single he does. So 50 up for Daniel Hughes from just 29 deliveries. And the Sixers just need a further 79 from the last 69 balls. They're really in fine form here. On Reeks on strike. Finds the cover gap, but again, just the one. So the Stars, they've really got to maintain how it's going now. And Zampa gets the wicket. It's the big one too of Daniel Hughes. It was the wrong one. Just nipped away slightly. Hughes was playing for the turn. And Adam Zampa gets the big wicket of Daniel Hughes. He goes for 50. That puts him up to the 4th biggest run scorer. That knock, Daniel Hughes, for the competition. And Zampa takes his 5th wicket as well for the Big Bash. So he tries to pull off a run out here, and he might have done so with a big direct hit. Gee, it was close. Direct hits are always closer than you think. Let's have a look at this again. Not out. I think he was home. Jeez, we didn't really get much of a look at the replay screen there. Umpire just made a pretty rash decision as that one get tipped the boundary. The Stars, the only way they're going to win this game is wickets. And there could be one coming up here. Jordan Silk has chipped it to Stoinis at cover. At least I think it's Stoinis. Might be Maddinson. It is Maddinson. Wicket's going to fall. The Stars are going to get one. And it was a big, critical moment in this game. Maxwell decided to bring Stain back into the attack because they needed a wicket. There's a good catch taken there. Actually, it was Seb Gotch. It was no one who I originally said. Jordan Silk goes for 5. Zampa continues and he gets another wicket. This time it's Moises on Reeks. So the Stars getting the new men into the crease. Taking both set batsmen and getting them out. Or I suppose you can't really call Silk a set batsman with just the 5 runs. This one from Edwards hit in the air. There is a man getting underneath it. And this could be 3 wickets in the space of a couple of balls. Oh, and it's 6. The catch is taken over the rope and Edwards finds the boundary. It's now Tom Curran down there as well. We'll come home for 2. That run rate now about 7 for the Sixers. This one spooned in the air from Curran to cover. Wicket is taken. The catch is taken. The wicket from Maxwell, who's decided to throw himself into bowl after Sandeep Lamachan was pretty expensive with his bowling. Maxwell thought, I'll have a go. And he's got a wicket. Just ballooned to cover. Really a nothing shot there. And it's Seb Gotch again who takes the catch. The Sixers all of a sudden 6 down, and they still require 44 runs. So wickets now a bit of an issue for the Sydney Sixers. That run rate just holding firm at 7 at the moment. Another one is going to follow Sean Abbott this time, chipping back to Marcus Stoinis, caught and bowled. And the Stars all of a sudden have got the 6 or 7 down in this chase. Didn't seem like there was too much that needed to happen for the Sixers, and all of a sudden a few false shots have resulted in wickets falling. But there's still a big chance the Sixers. It's just 23 from 20. This one chipped back to Stoinis again. Another wicket falls, and it's Edwards this time. It's Coulter-Nile who takes the wicket as well. Geez, I should really be paying attention as the commentator to who's bowling. Coulter-Nile bowling again. This one chipping in the air toward mid-on. It's just going to be a single, so it's 22 needed from the final 3 overs. The Stars still need 2 more wickets for victory. This one hit in the air. Lloyd Pope trying to find the boundary out there. The catch is taken, and it's inside the rope. Coulter-Nile, it's not Coulter-Nile, it's Stoinis. Geez, I really have not been paying attention to who's bowling. Stoinis gets the wicket. Stain takes the catch in the deep. The Stars 1 wicket away from victory. The Sixers still need 22 runs from the final 16, and Stephen O'Keefe, he'd like to have something to say about that as he hits this one to the boundary for 4. Even Jackson Bird, there's a big shout here. Was there an inside edge? No, says the umpire. Now in the air from Bird, but it's in the gap, and they need just 12 from 9. So the Sixers back with a chance. Short ball pulled away. Man ready to take the catch. And the catch is taken. The Stars win by 11 runs. Nathan Coulter-Nile gets wicket number 3. And a good catch taken at square leg. Not sure who it was. I'm not even going to get a guess because I've got it wrong that many times. The Stars win by 11 runs. They somehow pulled back the Sixers in that chase. Peter Handscomb, the player of the game, he's 53 from 34. Ended up being the difference in getting the Stars over the line. Coulter-Nile 3 for 23 with the ball. Zampa 2 for 29. And Stoinis also 2 for 29. But the Stars, they get their 3rd win in a row. And they move up the table a little bit higher towards the top end there. They equal with the Renegades at the moment with 3 wins. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the next round of Big Bash Cricket. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you all later. Goodbye.